boys are cute, and he needs some sleep and perhaps some milk.
Your boyfriend just dropped.
Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Espoir du Vide, and today I'm going to be playing a game called Glass Mind. This is a game I've had my eye on for a while, and I'm so glad that a demo of it's finally been released. Oh boy, that is scary. That's pretty scary right there. I am unfortunately playing this at 4 a.m. So, if this title screen says anything, we're in for a bit of a ride. Why? Why? That wasn't necessary. You didn't need to do that. Why? Oh. Content warning. This game is 18 plus, glass-minded. Please stay on the screen long enough for me to read it. What is your name? Well, right now my name is Terrified, but I am Espoir. It means hope in French. It's around sunset, and you're moving boxes of valuables and various knickknacks into your temporary home. It's closer to the new medical program, and renting an apartment would hurt more than student loans. You're grateful that your parents offered you to use their rental for the time being. The house was nothing special. Old paintings and decorative items float on the walls from the last time it was used. Though you did have the house to yourself, so you can't be upset. The heavy lifting of bed frames and tables were already set inside, thanks to the movers, but even with the small amount of furniture, it feels empty. You carry the last box from the back of your car into the house. It's filled with posters and college merch, and you decide to decorate your room before the day ends. Oh yeah, that's right. Tomorrow's the first day of clinicals. I don't know what that means. The college you were enrolled at previously had a medical assistant program that would be stupid to give up. It required moving a bit out of the way to a hospital out in nowhere, but that was no problem. A 20-minute drive is better than a 3-hour drive. You haven't seen the place in anything other than pictures, but the coordinator seemed like a nice guy. Going hands-on is definitely the learning curve you've been needing. Going virtual for other courses also wasn't a challenge. You weren't social much anyway. Thinking about meeting others puts a frown on your face, not whilst in school, but with the neighbors. You let out a long groan. I better go introduce myself now. If I don't, I'll forget to later. Walking out, the sun was just about to dim. It was right before dinner time. Perfect. You look at the houses beside your own, similar in design, but more decorated and homely. The neighborhood you relocated to feels inviting. The trees are tall and the leaves are orange and red thanks to the autumn season. Houses lined up the street and came to a halt at a cul-de-sac. The sound of birds chirped as they settled in by sunset. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that's lovely. You make your way over to your first visit. To the right of your home stood a small green house. On your way up, you noticed the grass was long and unkempt. The house casted a shadow from where it started to the edge of the street. The porch was barren and the sounds of a loud TV could be heard inside. You raise your hand to knock. Ah, it was in my ear. No one seems to answer, but the lights are on inside. Rude. Rude. Or perhaps they're a millennial who does not want to answer the door. Like me. You decide to knock again. Still no answer. Oh, nobody's home. Let's go. I'm sorry to bother you, sir, or madam. You groan to yourself quietly. Stepping off the neighbor's porch, you can hear the door lock loudly. What a bunch of a-holes. Jeez. Hopefully you'll have better luck with the next house. Next door stands a single-story residence with a plain yard out front. The house was a little run down and the grass was patchy. You make your way towards the stairs and up onto the porch. Before you raise your hand to knock, you see something shuffle in the curtains. With a quick snap, they shut. Ooh. You feel uneasy, and a cold shiver runs down your spine. Hesitantly, you knock on the door. A few seconds pass and the door opens. Your neighbor stands before you, peeking out of the door with nothing but a cold gaze. It's moving, and that's not something I'm used to. And I am frightened. Gorgeous art. Gorgeous and terrifying. I love it. Hello? I'm Espoir, your new neighbor. I just wanted to pop over and introduce myself. Their eyes fixed onto you. I, just moved here, and I just wanted to see how you may be, doing. You may as well be talking to yourself. This silence was uncomfortable. I am so sorry to have bothered you, floating eyeball. I will never do it again, unless you want me to. Apologize. Sorry if now wasn't a good time. It's not. Well, it is nice to meet you too, sir. Nice to meet you too. It seems people here aren't the friendliest. Maybe it's your lack of positive peer-to-peer interaction, or maybe people just don't enjoy strangers knocking on their doors. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Shocker. Well, so much for this. So much for meeting the neighbors, I guess. Retreating home, the lack of personalized decorations upsets you. Thinking of tomorrow's clinicals brings you back to your senses, and you decide to get some extra rest while there's still time left. You head off into your room for the night and flop down onto your half-thrown-together bed. Drifting off from all the hard work, you close your eyes. Tomorrow will be better. The sunset light pierces through the window, and the warmth of the rays can be felt on your face. You don't even use a blanket. You start to drift off into a peaceful rest. Sure hope nothing spooky happens while I'm closing my eyes in my own house. Why? 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 I'm recording this at 4 a.m. Falling asleep proved difficult. The new place made you feel out of your element. The blinds were thin enough to see outside as you lay on a small mattress in the bedroom corner. Your thoughts wandered back to the guy peering at you. Should I be worried about them? No, my parents had always said this was a nice area. There's nothing to be scared of. Your alarm goes off. The sun is not yet over the horizon, though you feel inclined to get up and start your everyday routine. You walk out of your room. There better not be anything out that door. There better not be anything spooky in my living room or whatever, because if there is, I will scream so loud and totally lose my marbles. The living room was dark and quiet. Should I turn on the light? Yes, turn on the light, please, yes. Not turning on the lights is for the next playthrough. We're turning on them lights. Them lights are going on. Why is it so dark? You feel uneasy, but you don't know why. Walking into the kitchen and opening up the cupboard, you frown at the lack of food you packed for your move-in. With only instant oatmeal and some apples to your name, the sad breakfast reminds you of all the shopping that needs to be done. I could stop by the store today. You take out a piece of paper from a notebook and scribble various groceries down for later, shoving it into your pocket and hoping you'd remember to check. The meal was bland and a little depressing. You shake your head in disappointment, yet you continue eating. You finish your sad meal and sit there. I should probably get dressed. Should you? What time is it? It's so dark out. Did you even get any sleep? Me? No, because you're up at 4 a.m. playing this game? You take your bowl to the sink and rinse it off before you head off. Your first dirty bowl in your new house. How exciting. I better not see anything in that window over there. You make your way towards your bedroom. Walking into your room, you're already starting to get yourself undressed. As you take off the clothes you kept on before your big nap, you feel the breeze on your skin from the sweat. Sleeping in a warm room with a full outfit on probably wasn't the smartest idea. While changing, you can't help but hear a faint scratching sound. Looking all over your room to find where it's coming from, you find nothing. You decide to look outside. You see the sky getting brighter as the sun climbs slowly. Birds once again chirping as they wake and start their day. Apart from that, there's nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing at all. All right. Editor me, was there anything there? Was there anything there I missed? Because I didn't want to see it. Making your way towards the college's hospital, the building towers over you. That is a gorgeous building. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. The building was huge and could be seen from a mile away. The chance to be doing your clinicals in a hospital this big was a huge step in your medical career. It also stood by the college for the more local medical students. Who knows, I might just enroll into this college instead. Walking up to the front doors, you look down at your watch. 8:45, just 15 minutes before you begin your first day. The inside was so clean and sterile-looking, your own footsteps echoed back at you in the lobby and the long hallways on either side. Inside you meet the instructor for the day. A tall, broad man in gray scrubs patiently waits. Around him is a group of other medical students waiting for the day to start. The instructor looks at you. Oh, hello, sir. Hello. Name? It's Espoir. There's so many people here. I swear, I thought I'd be early. No, you are. Everyone just decided to be earlier than you. Rude, but okay. He laughs at his own dry humor. The group was stagnant for the rest of the 15 minutes while other students trickled into the room. Looking around, everyone was close around your age, but some were older. The instructor steps back from the group of students. Dr. Fisher? I think that's it, Fisher. Morning, everyone. You are here today for your clinicals. I am Dr. Fisher, and I will be your instructor for today. I know you are all anxious to start, but please be patient, as this is a learning experience, and a hospital is not something to rush into. Really, the other workers will think you're running towards a code blue or something. I don't know what that means. For those that didn't study, that's a respiratory emergency here. Oh, okay, thank you, doctor. Thank you. All right, I'm going to tell you who you'll be working with today, so when I call you, please come up. The group of students mumbled and talked amongst themselves as the instructor gave us our assignments. The group slowly diminished name after name. The hospital around you was a little frigid, and the sounds of the PA system echoed through the halls with trauma callings for the emergency department to be ready. Espoir! Yay! Yeah! Sir? The instructor's voice echoes in the lobby. You look around to see that by the time you are done surveying your surroundings, everyone else had already left. Jeez, Espoir. Dr. Fisher is staring at you, waiting for your response. Yes, sorry. You know, in healthcare, people die when you're not attentive. Ouch. But okay, I understand. I'm kidding. I didn't think you were kidding, sir. Half kidding. All right. Was that supposed to be a joke? Kinda sick if you ask me. Today you'll be working with Nurse Evans up in 4 Alpha. 4 Alpha? That's the nickname for the department. Today you'll be inpatient mental health. Oh. Lovely. My favorite. The psych ward? Just your luck getting to work with the crazies. Sure do hope none of them are cute. That felt insensitive. Most of them were people with suicidal tendencies who just wanted to feel better. Who was I to judge? God knows I've wanted to end it all just looking at what assignments you've done previously. That felt even more insensitive. Giving a nod to your instructor, you make your way down the hall and towards the elevators. Pressing the button, you wait for the elevator to make its way down to you. People passing you by in the halls talk amongst each other, and you look out of place. Your scrubs are brighter than the others, and anyone could spot you from a mile away if they wanted. Aw. The elevator finally makes it to you. You walk in and press the button to the 4th floor. Okay. Ooh. Oh. This is nice. This is very nice elevator music. I like it. Oh, it's going. Why is this going so slow? I was just enjoying the music. I didn't even realize it was actually going up. Ooh. Don't you jump scare me when I'm having a good time. Ah. The doors finally open. Just as the song was getting good. You step out into the long hallway. To your right is the way to your station for the day, and at the end you are met with a set of uninviting double metal doors. They were dark gray with only 2 small windows in. Nothing could be seen from inside where you stand. Looking over, you see the doorbell. Ring for assistance. You push the doorbell. A couple of seconds pass and a voice calls back to you over the speaker. Hello? How can I help you? Casual greeting, flirtatious greeting, complimentary greeting. Casual? Hi, I'm Espoir. I was sent here to work with you. Oh, you're the student. How wonderful. I'll be out in just a second. Hello, registered Nurse Evans. I'm Nurse Evans. You'll be working with me today. Please come in. She ushers you in hastily. As you know, this is the psychiatric ward, or what we call 4 Alpha around here. What we do is provide supervision and care to our patients while also making sure they are attended to in order to make their stay as pleasant as possible. Don't be surprised when you find a patient who is unreceptive to your hospitality. It's more common than you think. Aww. Today we don't have any patients, just about 6, so today should be a breeze for you. Of course, patients come here and go as their time with us ends. Usually it's 3 days, but sometimes we must keep them longer if we suspect they aren't fit for release. Come, let me introduce you to our patients since it's time for group. The table in the middle of the room had 5 people sitting around. Strange, I swore she said there were 6 people. Am I one of them? What a lovely bunch. Espoir, I'd like to introduce you to our patients. Here we have Wade. She pointed to a patient covered in bandages. They gave a wave to you with a smile that was friendly and inviting. And next to them is Meme. She then pointed to a female patient with dyed white hair. They looked too focused on a game of checkers. By themselves. And over there is Lindsay, but you can call her Lynn. At the end of the table was another female patient. She looked at you and greeted you before going back to her game of what seemed to be Go Fish, I think. There's Romeo, just across from her. Straight across from Lindsay was a patient with green frosted tips. They were smug. Looks like they're winning the game. And lastly, we have Sue. Another female patient greeted you with a cheery smile. She was wearing an eye patch and had beautiful, dirty blonde hair. These patients will be with us for a short time. Again, usually patients stay the allotted 3 days, so over time they'll be fit for release. But, didn't you say there were 6? Didn't you say there were 6 people? Hopefully you will have a good time here with us. We try our best to make it fun, not only for them, but for us. Why make a day boring for yourself when you can make it fun for everyone? Ha 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 ha! Oh, yes, I forgot to mention. Each nurse and medical assistant will have one-on-one sessions with an assigned patient each day. Oh dear. Our patient prefers to go by cryptic. That's something we do here. We of course have a full legal name, but to promote a safe space for our patients, we accept any nicknames or preferred names. Our session is about to begin in a few minutes. Let me take you to the therapy room. Walking with her to the therapy room, you pass by the rooms in which patients sleep in. They're empty right now, and there are multiple beds in a big open room. The sheets were tucked and neatly folded where there resides no patients, and strung about sheets where patients had claimed a bed. The walls around you were mint green, and beneath them were a faux wood paneling. The guardrails were about waist height, and you ran your hand along them as you walked. The ward was small, and the travel itself wasn't that far. She opened the door for you and led you inside.
Oh, it's so clean, it's so simple, it's nice.
All right, I'll be just a second. I'm going to grab the patient. She closed the door behind you. The room was small, with little furniture, a desk and 2 chairs. One for her and one for the patient. The lights were white and industrial, and the room was eerily quiet. You could hear shuffling around the panopticon. You could hear shuffling around the panopticon through the wall behind you. Editor me, what is a panopticon, if I'm pronouncing that correctly? Oh, thank you. You're working very hard, editor me. You lean against the wall and wait. Is there no chair for me? Okay. Not long after, the door opens. She returns with a female patient. She had long brown hair and dressed in the same cardinal maroon scrubs as all the other patients. The patient sat down in the blue school chair and looked up at you with a smile. Aww. Good morning, Cryptic. How are you today? She sat there, silently staring at me with her smile. She had drawn a crude clown nose on herself with what looked like an oil pastel. Adorable. But also you shouldn't do that. That's not good to breathe in, probably. Espoir, this is Cryptic. She is selective mute, as you can see. We do try to ask close-ended questions to give an evaluation. Kind of how you asked the open-ended question just a second ago? Did she? She laughed at your sarcastic remark. So, Cryptic, are you doing well today? She nods at the question, never breaking gaze.
She has such cute eyes, so cute.
That's wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. Did you get a good breakfast this morning? I heard they serve pancakes today. She once again nods with a more enthusiastic smile. She loves pancakes. Every time we serve it, she eats them like they were nothing. Oh. Okay, Cryptic. My assistant here is going to ask you a few questions to get them acquainted with the job here. Is that okay? She nods. Wonderful. Here's her chart. Just go down the line and try to ask them as open-endedly. Handing you the clipboard, you look at the list of questions. It's a long list. You'll only need to do 3, so don't worry about doing all of them. Are you feeling down, hopeless, or depressed? Within the past 2 weeks, have you felt down, hopeless, or depressed? She once again shakes her head no. I have to press all of these. Within the past 2 weeks, have you had little interest or pleasure in doing things? She shakes her head no. She then moves her hands towards her chest and slides them upward, barely hitting her. That's American Sign Language. She says she's happy. Okay. I'm glad to hear that. Or see that, I guess. Having suicidal or homicidal thoughts. Do you have any suicidal or homicidal thoughts? I didn't need that. You didn't need to do that. You didn't need to do any of that. She reaches for you with a stabbing motion at a fast pace. Pourquoi? Pourquoi, mon amour? After, she immediately stops and giggles quietly. She looks back up at you with a giggly smile, with her hands folded neatly onto her lap. Don't worry, she did that to me too when I first started talking to her. How dare you? How dare you, madam? How dare you? You're lucky you're adorable. The session continued, and Nurse Evans asked all she needed. The patient seemed fine apart from her little stunt. Well, it's 4 a.m., and I'm wide awake now. You leaned against the wall behind her, and the whole time the patient looked at you with the same smile. Well, that seems to be everything. Thank you, Cryptic. I'll talk to you later on tonight before bedtime. She turned towards you. Come on, Espoir. We're done for now. Pretty straightforward, if I do say so. How was it? Not the best introduction to the job. I would say, I'm glad you're here with me. I'm glad you're here. Well, I'm glad you're here with me, helping me out. She blushes at the remark. Oh, can I flirt with the nurse? I'm glad you're here so you can see someone else is here when I get jump scared by an adorable clown girl. Oh, well, I'm happy to teach. It's kind of my thing. Maybe I can show you more things later if you feel up to it. Anyways, that's our one-on-one sessions. We're about to start a movie for the other patients in a few minutes. Come, let's sit in the lobby. You followed her around the front and into the lobby's office area. You sit down next to her. The station was busy with other staff members as the patients were sitting at the table. So that's pretty much it. Take care of the patients, do your one-on-ones, and take care of the patients some more. Scrub some charts, look over physician orders. It's a snap. Yeah. It's just easy as pie. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Do you have any questions for me? Are there any patients I should be worried about? Is there anything fun about this job? Can I have your number? That's for later. Are there any patients I should be worried about? Are there any patients I should be worried about? That fun fest in the room we just had has made me anxious. No, although some refuse help, we never put nurses or medical assistants at risk with potentially dangerous individuals. If that happens, we get security or call the police. She puts a hand over yours and smiles, reassuring, but her tone sounded off. Genuine, but worried. Nurse Evans? Nurse Evans, I don't like that. I don't like the falter in your voice there. You take her word for it. You hear her mumble something about someone. It lingers in your mind. Ma'am? Right then. Let's get the movie started. She turns off the lights in the lobby and turns on a movie for the patients. The office was dark, and the film played on the screen. Patients sat and watched as the staff typed away at their keyboards, the sound of the taps louder to you than the movie. Chatter could be heard amongst the patients as they commented lightheartedly. What they watching? I want to see. This seemed nice, and you felt like you could sit back and enjoy the movie yourself, but the nurse tapped your shoulder and waved you into the room just behind. You and the nurse talked more about clinical SOP and daily duties. The room was darker than out in the lobby. She pointed to a dim-lit red room behind you. Oh. That is our isolation room, she whispered. Patients can choose to sit in there if they need some space from everyone else, but in other instances we must put uncooperative and rising hostile patients with restraints. If anyone gets violent with you, and I'm not around, call one of the other staff for assistance, and they'll get other staff to get involved if need be. The room stared back at you with a menacing aura. The deep red illuminated the entire room. It was empty, and you hope it stays that way. Leaving the hospital through the lobby, you don't really know what to think of the next week. Or months. Years, maybe. Only if you like working in this field. Oh yeah, I need to go to the store. You pull out your phone to look up the nearest grocery store. You notice it's 5:15, so you still have plenty of the day left to unbox all of your crap after the quick trip for food. Oh, the nearest neighborhood Marwalt seems good enough. Marwalt. Yeah. It's only a few miles away from here and home. Should be a quick stop. Better get going now. Yep, it's a grocery store. Your stomach growls as you pass through the aisles, reminding you of your sad breakfast and lack of lunch. Maybe coming to the store on an empty stomach wasn't the best of ideas. It is not. From experience, I know. It is not. You seem to have many of those. Pulling out a crumpled paper from your pocket, you look to see what you need. Ah, yes. How do you write a list? Milk, eggs, lunch meat, apples, bread, canned food. Delicious. Things. When did I write all of this down? Hastily, you grab a carton and get looking. Whilst looking through the deli, you have a hard time choosing between two options. Uh-oh. Your thinking is interrupted by a nudge. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to bump into you. You turn around. Oh. He's kind of cute. Something about this guy seemed familiar. Those eyes. Something about them tipped you off. Something about them tipped you off. It was that creepy neighbor from next door. Cute. He is a cute. And he needs some sleep and perhaps some milk. Hey, you're my neighbor, right? Sorry for the sudden introduction yesterday. I know it was pretty late. Didn't mean to spook you. If I did. Thinking about it, I never got a name. It's, Liu. I'm Liu. Liu? Liu? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Liu.
Liu.
He looks directly at you. I need this. His hand passes by your head, and his face gets closer to yours. You can see his ovally pale skin and tired eyes a lot closer now that they weren't shrouded in darkness. He grabbed something from the cold shelves, and then paused and looked at the ground near you. Thanks. Sorry. Without a goodbye, he turns around and walks off. Everyone's so, shady in this town. Goodness. What's going on here? Maybe you came on too strong. He seems pretty shy, but now you have a name. Liu. What a nice name.
It is, isn't it? Liu.
Snapping out of it, you get what you need. And taking some creative liberties with your shopping list, you walk to the register with a full basket. Making your way up to the front, you find 2 registers open. You see Liu almost finished with checkout in the first register. The second register has a customer starting. Which one do you want to go to? I'm just gonna scoot over to my new friend. I don't think he'd like that very much. You enter the line, just behind Liu. As the last of his stuff gets checked out, he pulls out his debit card. He stands in silence, waiting. Should I talk to him? No. Leave him alone. Let him alone. Let him alone. Let him do his thing. Just kind of quietly stalk him a little bit. I don't like how those books over there say, danger, get away. I'm gonna keep quiet. I'm just gonna leave him alone. Leave him alone. Let him be. You don't say anything and wait your turn in line. Liu finishes up and walks out of the store quickly. You move up in line and check out your groceries. After closing the door, you put away your groceries and take out a few snacks for yourself. You feel pretty tired after the day and head into your room with your snacks. Oh, that sounds lovely. You sit on your bed and start eating. You scroll through your phone as you eat, the sun shining through the window once again on you. The warmth of the room is soothing. You take off your clothes and hop into bed for an early night's rest. It's quiet and peaceful. And it better stay that way. No more jump scares. Closing your eyes and drifting off to sleep, you only wonder how the day could have been if you had talked to Liu. I just wanted to leave him alone. He seemed like he was doing his thing and that he didn't want to be bothered. Liu. You couldn't stop thinking about him. Sure, he's cute. Maybe I'll talk to him tomorrow. ¿Por qué? Why? Why? Why?